Bol-News on the NCR channel is presented by the Pinewood Nainital.
Yeah, I think my hands are full already because I'm still trying to figure out dance choreography and acting. So I think I'm gonna focus on those.
During the pandemic, a lot of artists suffered from mental health issues, depression,
Mm,
and there
mm,
were some very unfortunate cases of suicides too.
mm,
During the pandemic, how did you deal with the mental health issues? First of all, did you have any mental health issues during the pandemic? And if
mm,
yes, how did you deal with them?
mm. I think like everyone, it was a shock, so there was definitely a not knowing what to do and how to deal with these things. Luckily, I was in Denmark, so I was with my partner, so in a very beautiful city of Copenhagen, with someone that I love and trust. So we were two together, which was already, that's a blessing. So many people were alone during that period. It was scary with things getting canceled and not being able to travel. Um, yeah, I think because I was with, my partner and we had access to being outside also, it helped a lot. Had I been stuck inside of a city where you couldn't even leave your apartment, I think I would have been heavily depressed. It would have been very, very, very much more painful. But luckily, I think some downs, obviously, emotionally, and tiredness and fatigue coming from that situation.
Have you been to India?
I have not. I have not actually.
And
Will you invite me?
of course, why not? It would be a pleasure to invite such a talented person as yourself.
Thank you.
Do you know of Indian dance forms? Because India has a very strong dance structure and dance forms. Do you know any
Mm,
of the dance forms from India? And have you watched any Indian dance performances in the West?
mm. I am not, I'm curious about the dance forms in India. I have very little information about the traditional dances. The most Indian dance that I've seen are in Bollywood films. So, which is always super entertaining and huge and, very beautiful people. But I'd love to know more about the dance culture in India, actually. It seems very rich.
So have you seen Bollywood films, and what Bollywood films have you seen if you have?
Just a couple that stand out for me. There's Sarawiya, I believe, and Devdas. I hope I'm
Okay,
saying them right. Yeah.
Savaria
Yeah.
Sanjay Leela Bhansali. Okay, how did you
Yeah, yeah,
find that
yeah.
film?
Oh, it was sweet. It's like it's total fantasy and you know, with the songs and the beautiful imagery, it's just, fun to watch and it's a delight to watch it.
What do you think of dance and choreography in Hollywood films?
In Hollywood films or Hollywood
You're
itself.
right.
Ah, I think the dance is becoming more and more visual, like visible in Hollywood films. I think it's also in the commercial world, like dance is becoming a tool for storytelling in a lot of music videos and films and commercials. Um, yeah, I think it's becoming more and more popular. I love that directors are seeking out contemporary dance choreographers like Joe Wright, having C.D. Larby Cherkawi choreograph for him, that Paul Thomas Anderson got Damien Chalet, that really contemporary dance is taking center stage in these films.
As an artist, what is your take on sex and nudity in cinema and theater?
Hmm, it's a good question. Mm, sometimes it's necessary, sometimes it's not. you know, Sometimes it's gratuitous, and sometimes it's actually one of the most beautiful things you can put on stage or in a film when it's in tuned with what's needed for a scene.
So how do you decide whether it's necessary or whether it's not necessary? I know
A
this is a
feeling.
very tough question because it's being
Yeah, yeah.
debated very hotly. So why do you
Hmm.
think sometimes it's necessary and sometimes it's not?
Yeah, I think it comes down to a feeling. Like, I think we all feel when it's just a trick, or it's just to get attention, or if it's for, yeah, a gimmick, and other times where it's just an opening to see the body in a different way. Um, it adds a layer to the imagery, um, or it adds danger to a scene, or it adds danger to a dance piece. Like those are very. I myself hasn't worked with nudity in my own work, but when I see it used in a way that is refined, it's really beautiful, and it's completely just for that moment.
If you want to change one thing in your career, what would you change?
In my career,
Yeah.
oh man, I don't think I would change anything because I'm very, although it's been a difficult pathway at times, like not an easy path. I think all of the experiences that I've had lead to this moment, so I wouldn't change anything. I embrace the good times and the bad times.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
10 years from now, still collaborating with my partner, Emil Damseidel. Um, Hopefully further along with my choreographic career, more at ease with choreographing, more instinctual, more confident with it. Mm, yeah, and hopefully fusing more, not just having more of a broader scope of how the work can touch an audience, whether it's through more visual arts or installation work or being choreographing for films in Hollywood or maybe Bollywood, who knows, like hopefully that just the network and the scope of work can keep expanding.
What is your take on Baz Luhrmann? Like his films are known for these big choreography films like Moulin Rouge and stuff.
Mm.
So, what is your take on Baz Luhrmann's films?
Hmm. I haven't seen one in a very long time. Very entertaining, like it's they're fantasy worlds, and it's nice to be transported. I think we watch films for different reasons. We watch films for stories and to be touched. And if a film can touch you, um, I don't mind. Whatever the medium is, whether it's very bombastic or very minimal, I really enjoy both ways, and I enjoy the whole scope of it.
Do you think yourself seeing yourself choreographing for Baz Luhrmann?
Do you have his number? You can send him this. You can send him my biography. I'd love to. I think it would be a super nice challenge for sure because I'd have to meet his vision, and his vision looks humongous. So it would be a huge challenge, and it would. And I love challenges. I mean, healthy challenges, of course, but stepping out of my comfort zone has always paid off for me, and taking risks has always paid off. So yeah, it would be another chance to develop more as an artist and as a human at the same time.
You just said that you would want to choreograph Bollywood films. So,
Hmm.
do you think you will be able to learn the Bollywood dance moves, or it will be too much for you to learn again?
I would have to find. I'm a quite a fast learner, thank God. I would have to really focus, like get the right coaches or the right coach, and then just do like an intensive, like 2 months kind of thing. And I won't know the whole spectrum, but hopefully, what it will be is a fusion of the Bollywood source and a little bit of me, and hopefully that mix could be interesting. But I really love learning. I really love learning. So I would be super delighted to like just dive into a new form of dance.
Do you have a spiritual side to yourself? And if yes, then how would you define it?
Could you repeat the question, please? Say it
Do
again.
you have a spiritual side to yourself?
Oh.
And if yes, how would you define it?
Hmm. It's a place of coming back home, I would say, and something that softens me when I connect to my spiritual side. It brings me back to a more soft and humble side of me that is important to connect to.
It was lovely interviewing you, Dorotea. You were very
Yes.
good, and it was a pleasure to speak to you. Congratulations again on winning BNHAF Award of Merit. That is Bol-News Hybrid
Thank,
Awards Festival Award of Merit.
thank you so much, Amit, for reaching out and for offering me this beautiful honor. It's really such a joy to connect with you and your audience.
Thank you. I hope to see you in India soon, choreographing
Yes,
Bollywood movies.
yes, I hope so.
Yeah. Namaste.
Namaste, dear Amit. Take very good care.
Bol-News on the NCR channel is presented by the Pinewood Nainital.